And we have success. So this is mating attempt number 4. Let me see if I can find more of the eggs. There's some. This is mating attempt number 4. It was successful, as you can see. Where are some more of the eggs at? She just started laying the eggs this morning. There is the female. Okay, so the story here is there are 2 traits at work in this bloodline from the tiger salamander side of the genetics. One of the traits is assortative mating, meaning the landforms will only mate with landforms and the neotens will only mate with neotens. But there's also a second trait here that deals with picky or choosy mating. What this means is even though this is a landform F1 hybrid, the 2 male F2 landform hybrids I paired up with her, only one of the 2 males that I paired up with her actually mated. The second male did not mate and showed no interest in mating with the female. So we have both assortative mating, which is they'll only mate with other individuals of the same form as them. And then we also have picky or choosy mating, which is just extreme pickiness in terms of the genetics of who they'll mate with, regardless of whether they're both landforms. So these are 2 traits, both of which are a real pain in my neck. The one trait, assortative mating, which I'm going to label as AMT, that's only in one bloodline of tiger salamanders. The AMT comes from one specific population of tiger salamanders. So I have hybrids that have the AMT trait, and I have hybrids that do not have the AMT. It's going to vary by the bloodline, and I'm going to have to really keep track of this trait because it's just going to be one more thing, one extra trait that makes creating hybrids even more challenging and more difficult. But these genetics from this population of tiger salamanders is very healthy. So I don't want to, there she is, there she goes laying eggs. I don't want to lose these genetics from my hybrids just because they have a trait that makes it harder to use them for making hybrids. It's not impossible, it's just more challenging. Because like I said, you're gonna get the issues where the landforms will only mate with the landforms. Yep, there's the egg. See it? There it is. She just laid that egg. Oh. Yeah. So, both bloodlines of hybrids I have picky, choosy mating, where it's challenging to get them to mate for genetic reasons. But only one of the 2 bloodlines has the AMT, which is assortative mating. That's not from genetics. That's from them being to where they'll only mate, the landforms will only mate with landforms, and the neotens will only mate with neotens. So one bloodline, landforms will not mate with neotens and vice versa. The other bloodline, landforms will mate with neotens and vice versa. So this is a new issue I'm going to have to deal with. But this is also good genetic information to have. And in the future for conservation programs, this knowledge is going to be super helpful and super useful in terms of altering the genetics of a population and preventing that population from hybridizing with another species it is physically coexisting with. Current strategies to prevent hybridization and genetic swamping in the wild in populations between two species that coexist are just total failures. In the future, my guess is that these genetics, studying these two traits, the sortative mating trait and the picky or choosy mating trait, is going to allow for the ability to take a single genetic trait, add it into a population, and now it won't 100% prevent it from hybridizing, but it will reduce the rate at which it hybridizes drastically. So I believe this right here, this is the future of conservation genetics, where in the near future, conservation groups are going to refer and use this strategy to limit and control hybridization and genetic swamping in wild populations of two species that are coexisting and interbreeding. And bingo, 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 I got eggs again. This is exactly what I wanted. I wanted 2 matings, 2 breedings, and I got the exact number of breedings I want. And so now that's it. I'm done. I'm not going to pair up any more individuals this year. And now I'm going to focus on using the extra time I would normally spend taking care of offspring into doing some road trips, because I need to collect some new individuals, some new genetics, stuff that I can't buy, stuff that I'm going to have to go out into the wild to find for some of my upcoming projects.